Good morning. It is Sunday morning and I am headed out to run a club race. The club I run with called the Snail's Pace, which is actually a local store. They have a few different shops here in Southern California. I am headed down to run a race that the club puts on called the Stampede. So it is all club racers and it is about 5.5 miles, I believe. And we start kind of uphill. You run 2.5-ish miles downhill and then 2.5 miles uphill back to the end. It's a staggered start, so the slower you run, the earlier you start. And the goal is for everyone to finish at the same time, and then we have a nice big potluck brunch, hang out, and enjoy each other's company. There's been a bunch of stuff going on over the last week and a half. I haven't done a ton of recording, but we will get to some of the stuff that happened later on. I did run the final Coveathlon, and that went really well. Had my fastest 5K and was able to hold on to 3rd place. So we'll get to that after this race.
Let's take a long close look where no one else can see. In a dream it was made of gold, and I knew just what to say. Let me take you far away, from here. There's nothing other than the stars above us, in a midnight sky, as long as I'm
Well, I am out for a quick warm-up, maybe about 20-30 minutes. I am just using this run as a progressive run as part of a longer run this morning. So it is really hilly down here, unfortunately. So as a progressive run, the progressive portion of my run is actually on the uphill portion. So I don't know how well that's gonna work, but I think I'm gonna do about 30 minutes and get back just in time to start. I start 41 minutes after the race starts.
3, 2, 1, vomit. Get the nerves out.
Yeah, you're not running if you're not vomiting.
Good job.
Good job. Jimmy, go Jimmy, go Jimmy. Woo!
Good job, guys.
Hey, Larry. Right here? Chris, Steven. Yeah, it's pretty ignorant. Nice job. Hey, what's your number? What? You got it.
41.
Hey, Does it taste good?
Yeah.
Not good.
I think you're still here, Mr. Rod Roby. Don't fall off the pool. Jump in the bowl. You never jump in the bowl. It's been done. Ricarda.
Well, the run is done. Don't have any official results, but I believe I ran the race in 39 minutes and 46 seconds. So I need to calculate and see what that average is, maybe 7:09s or something. But overall, felt pretty good. Tried to run it progressive, but being the fact that it was downhill the first half and then uphill the second half, that was a little bit difficult, but I think I held up enough going out, and then really started to run a little bit harder on those last 2 miles of hills. But now I had to get out of there, hung out for a little bit, got to socialize, have some food. The club is always a lot of fun. Everyone there is extremely nice, but we have soccer games today. Evelyn's team made it into the finals of this weekend's tournament, so their game starts in exactly 3 minutes, and I am about 4 minutes away, so I am headed to the field now. Hopefully I can find parking because it is usually a madhouse. Well, it is Monday morning and I just finished swim practice, getting home, kicking off the really the final few weeks of Ironman 70.3 prep here. We are less than 3 weeks out from the race at this point. And yesterday, it got really busy after the run. I mentioned that I was headed to my daughter's soccer game. It was the finals, and ultimately, the game was tied at the end, penalty kicks, and we ended up losing by 1 penalty kick, which was a bummer. It would have been really cool for the girls to win, but they got second place, they got medals, they had a blast. From there, went over to my mom's house for a birthday celebration. My daughter's birthday, my oldest, my youngest was just a couple weeks ago. My oldest birthday is in 2 days. She is turning 11, so went over, did a little birthday celebration there. And now, honestly, I'm kind of glad all of these little races are over. While I had such a blast doing it, once I qualified for Worlds at Oregon, I felt like there was a huge relief, and it was just fun to do a bunch of these community events. But at the same time, a little bit exhausting while still the kids were starting school, sports are ramping up, and trying to maintain the 70.3 training. So I'm kind of relieved to be going into just the last few weeks where I can totally focus on Santa Cruz. But that does remind me, I did race the Coveathlon on Thursday, and with that race, racing 3 of the 4, I was able to take 3rd again in my age group that night and have enough points to take 3rd in my age group overall for the series, which was really cool. I didn't even get to stick around for awards. I'm actually going to go pick up my award. It's a beach towel that says 3rd place Coveathlon, I believe, from pictures I've seen online, but got to go pick that up. Pretty much had to run out of there right away as soon as the race was done because we had a little soccer scrimmage which was occurring at the Cal State Fullerton women's soccer game. On their halftime, our girls got to play a little scrimmage on the field, so ran out of the Coveathlon as soon as it was over, but had a blast doing the series. The series is amazing, and I will certainly be doing it again next year, hopefully doing all 4, and maybe I can move up into 2nd place instead of taking 3rd, but we will see. I would really like to try and break 19 minutes on that 5K. I ran a 19:38, I believe, on Thursday, which is my fastest 5K of the series, probably the fastest 5K I've ever run in a race. So maybe next year shooting for sub 19 in that 5K. So I want to give a quick shout out to Steven, who I ran the Salt Creek Stampede with. He was the guy you saw running with me. It's funny, I've been thinking about the last few days, it's kind of hit me that I turned 46, and in 2005, I believe, is when I really kind of started getting into triathlon. And I was doing spin classes at the gym, swimming at the gym pool, and hitting the treadmill after. And I met this guy who was probably 30 years older than me at the time. And he really introduced me to triathlon, kind of took me under his wing and shared a ton of information about training and the races and all of this. We ultimately ended up doing our first Ironman together, and then another 3 or 4 after that. So it was so cool to meet someone that was older than me and get to learn a lot from them. And it's funny that I joined the Snail's Pace running club because of a friend, Sujan, who you also saw in the video. She swims with me at Masters, and she invited me to start running at this club, which then I met Steven. And Steven is 20 years younger than me and just getting into the sport of triathlon. And it's been really cool to get to know him. He is one of the nicest people you could meet, and he's got so much potential in the sport of triathlon. He is young, and he is just learning to swim, learning to cycle, and is a great runner. So it is so cool to almost switch roles here. 20 some years later, here I am, the old guy, and getting to spend time with some younger people who are just getting into the sport and have such potential. So it's really fun. We kind of have this competitive thing going, but super friendly competitive in the sense that I am trying to push him to get faster and to beat me on the runs and to beat me at races. And it's been really fun to become part of some communities that are extremely supportive of what you are doing. We all want to do well. We all want to beat each other. But at the same time, if Steven wins, I'm not losing. If he beats me at a run or beats me at a triathlon, I'm not losing. I'm actually winning, and we are all helping each other rise to the next level. And that has been just an amazing experience, which I really haven't got to start experiencing till much later in life, because pretty much up until the last couple of years, I did all my training alone. So it's been a blast, and I am really thankful for the clubs that I'm a part of. So if you get a chance, I would look into joining some local clubs if you aren't part of one. But that is it for this video. A quick thank you for all the likes, all the comments, and to those of you who have been purchasing the new Endureus gear. The fall lineup is out. This is one of the hats. So I pointed to the wrong side here. This is one of the hats. So to all of you that have been purchasing gear, shirts, I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you in the next video.